Hello, cinema friends. Welcome to another edition of Cinesundry. I'm your host, Markus Seaberry, and this week, it's disaster time once again as we review Moonfall. Now, okay, before we get into our review of Moonfall, I want to remind you about our rating system. There it is. Now, that top rating is our tour. That is for those top shelf, best of the best films, probably some of the best projects you've seen all year. That middle score appropriately is middling. It's for those things that were good, had potential, had promise, didn't quite hit home for you, didn't quite deliver on that promise or potential. And that bottom rating is hack. That is for those terrible, dismal, abysmal, god-awful projects that probably shouldn't have been made. And now that you know the ratings, let's get to the rundown. Okay, in Moonfall, the moon has been knocked from its orbit and is hurtling toward Earth, and we are facing certain doom. And let's talk about the script and acting. Guys, this script is kind of dumb. It hinges around a creation theory about the moon, which leads into an even bigger creation theory about how humanity was created, and I just didn't buy it, guys. It was just a little too wild and too out there for my taste. Kind of lost me early on. However, the cast was pretty decent. Let's get into them. First up, we have Halle Berry, Miss Berry, Oscar winner, established veteran actor. You know her from the X-Men films. You know her from Monsters Ball, where she won an Oscar. You know her from her directorial debut, Bruised, on Netflix. She is Jo Fowler. She's at NASA. She's a tough single mom, and she was kind of caught in the middle when there was an incident, a NASA incident several years ago involving the creature in the moon and Patrick Wilson's character. So now let's talk about Patrick Wilson. Now, Patrick Wilson, you know him as Ocean Master from the Aquaman movie. You know him from Midway, all kinds of great films. He's also a veteran, highly acclaimed actor. And he's Mr. Harper. He was out with Halle Berry on a mission to NASA. They met this crazy creature that lives in the moon. There was some tragedy. Nobody believed his side of the story. He was fired, kicked out of NASA, disgraced. So this movie is his redemption story. And next we have John Bradley. Now you may know John Bradley from Game of Thrones. He was one of the Night Watchmen. Yes, the Night Watch. He is KK Houseman. He's this eccentric genius who pretty much figures out everything before everyone, even the people at NASA. Now, he does fall into some of the, hey, look, the big guy's funny tropes. But I give him an edge because he's actually integral to the plot. And that's a nice change of pace. And next we have Charlie Plummer. This is Sonny Bradley. He's the son of Patrick Wilson's character. He's kind of been dealing with things in a bad way, I guess, since his parents' divorce. That was another blowback of the whole NASA incident with Patrick Wilson's character. His marriage crumbled, was dissolved. So his son's been dealing with all that internally and externally, acting out, being wild, breaking the law, just doing all kinds of young and foolish things. But in this movie, with this tragedy happening, we see him grow up and mature and kind of, I guess, become more of a respectable member of society. And last, we have Wenwen Yu. She's a Chinese-Canadian singer and actress, and she plays Michelle. She is the babysitter for Halle Berry's character, Jo Fowler. She's a tough character. She has nice chemistry with Charlie Plummer. She does a good job. And now let's talk about the director's technique. The director is good old Roland Emmerich. This is what he does. Disaster films. He did Independence Day. He did the Independence Day sequel. He did the 1998 Godzilla. he did The Day After Tomorrow. He excels in this, and yes, it does look good. It looks visually stunning, but again, it's just not enough for me to overcome this crazy script. And let's talk about sentiment and rating. My sentiment when I left the film, I can't even say I was disappointed. Because I could kind of tell by the trailers, like, yeah, this might not be great. But hey, it's Halle Berry. I love her. I'll give it a go. Needless to say, my assumptions were right. It's just not good, people. It's pretty bad. And like I said, the acting is decent. The film looks okay. It's exciting. Ooh, explosions. But just, the story was terrible. And no amount of explosions or cool stuff in space or acting could just overcome this bad scripted plot. So once again, guys, you know what I gotta do. I'm forced to give this film the rating of heck. Sad. I just need y'all to do better. You have all these millions and you make movies like this. And also I must make a passionate plea to Miss Halle Berry. To the Queen Halle Berry. Halle Berry. Miss Berry. You're better than this. You have an Oscar. You're directing now. I get sometimes you want to have fun, but do more things like the John Wick films and let's like this garbage. John Wick good. Moonfall bad. And you, Mr. Hotshot Director Roland Emmerich, you were down in all the superhero films saying that they're ruining Hollywood. Really? Man, you make The Day After Tomorrow. You let Steven Spielberg or somebody else fight that. That's not your fight, pal. Okay? Because you don't have any of the critically acclaimed classics in your filmography. Again, you made The Day After Tomorrow. That is no Citizen Kane. I need you to hush it. Hush it up. Well, all right. That's going to do it for me on this episode of Cinesundry. I've been your host, Markus Seaberry. And as always, I want to ask that you like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to the channel. And remember, take some time and treat yourself to a movie. See you next time.